What's up, everyone? My name is Zach Muir. I am Director of Marketing and Sales here at Sisu. Today, I just wanted to run over quickly how to use the app, some of the features, and why it's going to make your life a lot easier as a real estate agent. So, hopping in here, basically to access the system, you can go to our website at sisu.co and hit login, or you can just go to my.sisu.co, and that will pull up the login screen. Now, your administrator should have already set this up for you. Your login will be your email address, probably your company email address. Your password should have been sent to you in an email. If you haven't, for whatever reason, received that password, just hit forgot password here. All you got to do is punch in your email and it's going to send you a new one, right? So log in right here, probably hit remember me. That's going to make it a lot easier to just get in every single time. And you'll pull up your dashboard. So there's tons of data in here, and really the purpose of Sisu is to take all the data, and data that's already existing, maybe in your CRM or in other places, pull it in here and allow you to track the activities that are driving your business. And so really the agents who are very successful with this is they're going to take their goals and they're going to reverse engineer them to exactly what numbers they need to hit each week, each month, each year. They know they got to hit those numbers. As soon as they hit them, they know that they're going to hit their end goals. So one of the very first things that I would do, if I didn't know these numbers already for my business, is I would come to account and go goal calculator. And there's a quick little exercise here that, is great for any real estate agent. You should run this frequently so that exactly what you need to do. It's a great way to check on your business, check on if you're hitting the right numbers. But all you got to do is just hit let's get started. You'll say I'm calculating my own goals and say, this is how much money you want to make this year. So after your splits, after everything, how much do you want to put in your pocket, right? So let's say that's 100 grand. So put that in there. Then you're going to say, what's your average transaction size? And maybe you already know what this is based on your market. Maybe you can look at some past transactions that you've closed. Maybe your team leaders, admins, broker owner, whoever it is, know this number. But you're just kind of estimating here and say, my typical deal is 300,000. And then say, based on that deal, how much money are you putting in your pocket for each of those transactions, right? So if you have a full 3% commission, that's 3%. Maybe your split is 50%. So that's going to be this, 1.5 right here. That's pretty standard. So, let's say you're making about 1.5% per deal that you close. Next question. Now we're getting into conversion ratios. So how efficient are you in your activities? How well are you converting, clients from one stage of the pipeline to the next? This is asking if you contacted 100 leads, how many appointments are you going to set? So if you call 100 FISBOs, how many appointments are you going to set to potentially sign a listing, right? So, or vice versa, if you're contacting buyers, right? How many buyers are you going to have to contact to set those appointments? So let's say that this is 2. That's kind of a standard number in the industry. You call 100 leads, you're going to set 2 appointments. Then it's asking you what percentage of your closed deals are listings. So are you working primarily with listings, with buyers, or is it split 50-50? So let's just say this is split 50-50. And then it's going to go it can dig into those conversion ratios. And, you can keep it simple and use our industry baselines, or you can dig into it and say, if I go on 10 listing appointments, I will probably set 7, I go on 10 listing appointments, I'll probably set, or I'll close 7 listings, right? So by that, I mean, you're going to sign 7 listing agreements if you go on 10 listing appointments. Sorry, that was a little more complicated than it needed to be. Next, of those listings, so you sign those listings, what percentage of them are going to end up going under contract? What percentage are you going to find them a buyer and then put them under contract on that? So let's say that is actually, 90%. And of those listings under contract, how many will eventually close? So, maybe they fall out of contract and go under contract with a new buyer, but what percentage of those are eventually going to close on the deal? And let's say that once again is 90%. And then you can do the same thing with buyers, or you can just use our baselines. That'll keep it simple. You can choose to have these results emailed to you. But you don't have to. You skip it here, and then it's going to tell you, okay, you need to close approximately 22 homes this year. So to get there, you should be shooting for a closed listing and a closed buyer every single month. And these are the activities that are going to get you there. So, I should be putting 2 listings under contract. I should be signing 3 listing agreements. I should be going on 5 listing appointments, and I should be contacting 250 listing leads, right? And then it's giving you that for the buyer side as well. So what you have here is basically, these are your numbers, shoot for them, and especially these, contacts and appointments, because those are your lead measures. Those are the measures that are generating next month's success, right? So if you're hitting those, chances are you're going to hit this end goal of, 2 listings under contract, or, closing a listing or a buyer every single month. So go ahead and run that exercise if you aren't familiar with this already, but that's a great way to get started and get going with Sisu. And then you take these goals and just come into account profile, and you can plug them all in and say, I want to make this much in volume. This is, so on that other sheet, we said 22 units, right? So you can plug that in for you, and then plug in all these activities so that when you come back to your dashboard, and we'll get into this later, but you'll come to your personal dashboard, and it's going to show you every month you're pacing towards those goals. So if I look at this month, October, you can see, okay, my year to date. So on the year, I want to close 20 million in volume. I'm at 18.5 million. My pacer's showing me 16.6 million. So you can see I'm well on track to hit my goal of 20 million. And it's yellow because the colors go from cold to hot. So this is showing me I'm on track. Now I'm a little behind on units, right? Because I've stated that I want to close 50 units. I'm only at 30. And for how much time has passed in the month, I should be at 42, right? So it's a great way to find out exactly what your numbers should be, plug them in, and then start tracking your progress towards those goals. And then we're going down, you'll see all of those lead measures as well. So, okay, you want us to do 500 contacts a month. You're at 285 right now. We're about 3/4 of the way through the month. You can see this outside circle. That's your pacer. So I'm behind track on contacts, but you can see I'm on pace for buyer appointments. I'm on pace for listing appointments. I've already hit my goals for signing buyers and signing listings. I'm a little behind on putting those listings under contract. So, maybe I need to make sure I get some of these listings under contract that I've already signed, and so on. And what these numbers between here are, these are your conversion ratios, right? So you've contacted 285 people, and that's put 6 buyer appointments and 8 listing appointments on your calendar. That's a 5% conversion ratio. And you've closed 7 out of 8 of those listing appointments, so you're at 88% here. And you're 5 for 6 on buyers, so that's 83%, right? And there's all kinds of different data in here. You can see how many units you currently have pending, how much money you've made on the year. A lot of agents don't even know. If you ask them what they've made this year, they don't even know yet. And much less if you ask them, how much commissions do you have pending, right? And you got 3-4 deals under contract. How much is pending for you right now? These are important things to know, and just, glancing at it, knowing the health of your business. Other things, your GCI percentage, your average buyer or seller prices, days on market. And these are even things that you can show to your clients, kind of brag and show, like, hey, I'm an average of 11 listing days on market. I'm going to get you under contract pretty quick. So all kinds of stuff there. And then any other activities that you want to track that are important for your business. So, emails, text messages, dials, appointments set, open houses, even stuff like exercise or meditation. A lot of agents want to track that stuff, that kind of lifestyle stuff. So that is how to break down your dashboard, set your goals. Those are very important steps to getting started on the system. Now, the way that all this data is coming into the system is through your app. I will just